and then he'll proceed and talk to us. Because kwangu ni, I want you guys to get value in employment, but the best value anyone can give you. The telecom boosters. Aha, yeah. No wonder. Yeah, that's why I'm having major issues with the internet. Makes sense. I want you guys to gain value from me in different aspects of life. Different aspects. I want you to come here and learn something. And I know when I interact with some minds, I can tell you, I know people who can actually impact you and people who just come waste your time. I know two people already. I have Hubert and I have Salsa. These two people, any day, any time, I'd be comfortable to have them take this show because I know what they speak, they can tap onto and gain quite a lot. So, wacha tupatie Hubert hii chance asome kazi. Then right after he's done, I'll share some jobs that were shared with me earlier on. Alafu we'll continue kesho. Tuendelea kesho. Some of these jobs he has, some of them are from actually UN and other companies, major companies. And don't be afraid to ask Hubert any questions. Can you imagine this guy has been to sijui how many countries? He only has a few countries in Africa that he hasn't visited. Sawa too. So Hubert, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Nyawira. And good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon to you.
It's a pleasure for me to be here. So I think for now, we'll just dive into the jobs first, and then the part of introduction, we'll do it when we get into the other discussion.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Tupatie kazi.
There's a hotel in Westlands called, is it Erunani? Not
Eruna.
Erunani, Emani Hotel.
Uh-huh.
So Emani Hotel is hiring, huh? They're looking for waiters and waitresses. If you need to apply, they just for you to send your CV. They know haven't indicated if they need any experience. You need to send your CV to HR 002 at Emani. Emani is ERMANI.co.ke. HR 002 at Emani ERMANI.co.ke. Kindly apply if you're seeking to get a waitress position within Emani. At the same time, they are also hiring hostesses. If you need a hostess position, please kindly go ahead and apply. Yes, thank you, Enoch. That's the email address. If you're looking for a waiter position or a waitress's position, and also at the same time, if you need to be a hostess, kindly go ahead. Faye, the email has been posted on the chat by Enoch. It is HR 002 at emani.co.ke. Then this club, I think it's in Kikuyu. It's called Insomnia Lounge. Insomnia Lounge is hiring they're looking for waiters, waitresses, accountants, marketers, cooks, stewards, suppliers, managers, supervisors, cashiers. What you need to carry when you're going there, please, and remember, they are looking for the positions of waitresses, waiters and waitresses, accountants, marketers, cooks, stewards, suppliers, managers, supervisors, and cashiers. The interviews will be taking place tomorrow at 11 a.m. Tomorrow is on 3rd at 11 a.m. So kindly carry your CV, 2 passport photos, a photocopy of your ID, a recommendation letter, and any certificates that you might be having depending on the position that you're applying for. You need to carry your CV, 2 passport photos, photocopy of your ID, a recommendation letter, and your academic certificates. That is the Insomnia Lounge. It's opposite Muguko Farm in Kikuyu. Kindly. Normally, for Emani Hotel, they have not specified in terms of the amounts to be paid. I think that is subject for you to discuss with the HR within the facility. Okay. Then for those in the legal perspective, like people who are so much into doing research, and you've done research around the legal field, or you've done any policy around political science, or you are from a political science field, there's a position for legal research, a legal researcher, and this one, it is based in Lesotho. The hiring organization is African Union. You'll be reporting to the senior legal officer. So if you are a paralegal person, or you're a law student, or you have been doing a lot of internships around political science in a law firm, or you are a person in the human rights division that you have been doing a lot of human rights work, kindly note this one. It's a fixed term position, okay? Meaning it's a permanent position. So you'll be employed there and under African Union, but your area of operation is Lesotho. I think some of the key things that you really need to look at, I'll go for, specifically for me, I'll go for the requirements, and Nyawira will post quite a number of these things on the pages that you can be able to access them. Don't get afraid when they, because I know one of the academic qualifications they're looking at a bachelor's degree in law, human rights, or other human rights related studies, and 5 years experience, relevant experience. Okay. Don't look at too much on the master's part of it. Masters, if you're having a master's, is an added advantage. Yeah. But if you are you've done any field of political science, you have a law degree, or you've been working in the human rights related field, kindly go ahead and apply for it. You need to be very good at understanding the instruments of human rights, because that's one of the key things under when you're doing those research. You need also to be enough understanding of child rights, because you remember your department is a child rights department, which is the protecting of the children's welfare. Okay. And then also they need you to have previous experience in terms of working with the human rights, let's say Kenya Human Rights Commission, different human rights organizations that you have interacted with, or you have done any studies around that. And also you need to understand your region as Africa, East Africa, or West Africa, or Southern Africa. You need to understand your region very well, properly. The required skills that they are looking at very key in terms of what they're looking for: someone with a very strong analytical skills and ability to prepare like legal opinions. And that's why I said you need to be very vast in terms of understanding the legal issues around children's rights and human. Excellent drafting skills, but ability to write reports. Nyawira, you need to just drop me first, and then I can, because someone has just called and it has it.
It's okay. Let me do that.
Let me, and in the meantime, I'm also blocking all the numbers so that no one calls me.
Okay. All right. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, so we'll just give him a minute, let him make a request and come back, then proceed. What are the kind of jobs that you're looking for today? What jobs are you looking for? Who do you have here? We are 70. Just drop an email. Drop a comment. Let me see what job you're looking for. All right, law masters. Great. All right. So Hubert will be back in a minute. Yeah, it was just a position he was reading, and he's going to continue right away. I'll ask him to start. Yeah, don't worry. So I see nutrition sports, cashier sales, Kikuyu job yenye interview ni kesho. Okay.
I'm back.
So Hubert,
Yes, please.
there's a request from you. There's a request from someone who says
Yeah.
if you can start from the Kikuyu job, that the interviews are tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
also someone else is saying if you can repeat this other job. Are you comfortable to repeat the two jobs?
No problem at all.
Thank you.
So the interviews are for tomorrow. We are talking of the insomnia lounge. It's at the car wash area opposite Muguku Farm, Kikuyu. And the insomnia lounge is looking for their open positions. Those are including waiters or waitresses, accountants, marketers, cooks, stewards, suppliers, managers, supervisors, cashiers. What is required of you to carry when you're going there tomorrow at 11 a.m. is you need to carry your CV, 2 passport photos, a photocopy of your ID, recommendation letter or letters, and certificates. You need to carry your CV, 2 passport photos, photocopy of your ID, a recommendation letter, and your certificates. The interview is tomorrow, which is 3rd November at 11 a.m. Insomnia Lounge. It's at the car wash area opposite Muguku Farm, Kikuyu. Then we were on the legal researcher position. This is within the African Union under the Department or Directorate of Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development. Division of African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Children. They are having 2 positions. It's on a fixed term. So you need to, when you get there, if you're given 3 years, 1 year, 4 years, that's a fixed term. So you'll be doing that. But those ones, when they say fixed terms, it means that they have gotten a certain body of the UN that is financing that work. And based on your performance, you cannot be let go if you're working, if your performance is so good. If you're adding value to the institution, they'll never allow you to go. They will reassign you to a different director or department, or they reassign you to another program. So as we are going on, what we are saying is that the key academic requirements or the relevant experience they're looking at is in terms of you need to have a bachelor's degree in law, human rights, or other human rights related studies with 5 years of work of experience. But for the work in 5 years, if you don't have that 5 years experience and you have 2 or 3 years experience, you can also be considered, because some of these depends what value you're adding on to the institution. Your value addition matters a lot, and it also depends on how you'll do your cover letter. That 1 page cover letter, how you will do it will matter a lot. It will drive a long way for you to be given that opportunity. And if you have a master's, is an added advantage, because then it means you only need 2 years 2 years of experience. You need to understand the African human rights instruments and institutions. You also need to have a working experience with the child rights issues in Africa. Relevant exposure. That's why we always say you need to you have exposed yourself to certain, even if it's just in Kenya. Are you just being based in Nairobi? Apart from your Gishagi or your country home in Nairobi, do you know any other places? Are you exposed to? Can say I've gone to Turkana, I've gone to Samburu, I've gone to Marsabit, where quite a number of these human rights violations or issues are being centered at. So those are some of the key things you need to look at. So the required skills, we are looking at strong analytical skills and ability to prepare legal opinions. Excellent drafting skills. They need someone who is very good at writing reports. Your grammar needs to be on point. You need to be able to review even your own report before submitting it. Ability to liaise with a diverse range of people and stakeholders. If I ask you to go and meet Rigiji, are you in a position to express yourself, or you'll go there and start stammering? You know, because you know you'll be meeting high profile people. You'll be meeting presidents of different countries. You'll be meeting the head of UNEP mission. You know, how are you gonna be like carrying yourself around those people? You know, so you need to be the excellent interpersonal skills and ability to organize and work under pressure in a multicultural environment. Some of these countries you go to, the culture, you get a culture shock. Lesotho, for example, if one of the members here gets an opportunity and work in Lesotho, if you're a man, don't get there and get surprised seeing ladies walking around without their tops. That's their culture. Some of the communities go, if someone just the boobs are all over, you know, so that's their culture. So you need to be in a position to accommodate the cultural norms of different environment, because it's a multicultural position. So you need to be able also to look at that, around that. And that's why those issues around violations and child rights that also come in. You need to be in a position to have good communication and planning skills. Are you in a position to communicate clearly, do your presentations clearly, you know? And as I said above there, the issue in terms of ability to work in a multicultural environment. We have quite huge environments around Africa. So if you have gone to maybe 2-3 countries, you'll realize there's quite a number of different things that really needs to be. Then ability to work independently. Even me, if you come to work with me, you need to work on your own. I don't need to monitor you. So you need to have that personal drive to work independently. That's what one of the key values within African Union. No, Eva, you don't need to be in Kenya to apply. It's an international position. You can apply it. Then applicants must be proficient in one of the African Union working languages. I had mentioned yesterday, you need to be in a position to speak either Arabic, English, French, Portuguese, or Spanish. If you can speak English and one of the foreign languages like French or Arabic, you have an added advantage. Kindly go ahead. Okay? And because you as a legal researcher coming from the African Union, you'll have also another responsibility of working with other technical or hands-on people on the grassroots. Thus, you need to have leadership competencies in terms of, can you do change management? Can you do risk management? So those are some of the key things also you need to have. Then other core competencies within that same job we are looking at in terms of teamwork and collaboration, accountability awareness and compliance, learning orientation, communicating with influence. Have that communication, like when you go to your interview, you need to have the authority. Whatever you're presenting, how you're like introducing yourself, you need to have that authority in your voice. It's not like you're doubting yourself. You need to have that commanding and authoritative kind of explanation. It's like you're selling a product that you're not sure about. You are a brand, tell yourself. Then we are looking at also functional competencies for the same position. So analytical thinking and problem solving, job knowledge and information sharing, drive for results, continuous improvement. So the salary range for this position is, if you are an international person, they're looking at an annual pay of $88,381.
That's good.
That's an annual pay. If you are a local, that will, and remember that annual pay is inclusive of all the allowances. Yeah. If you are a local person in Lesotho, it's less by 18,000, which is $70,805. The application deadline must be not later than 7th of November 2022. Yeah. So if you really need to apply for this position, it's so easy. If you just go to the African Union website, I think they've already been posted there. You go to the African Union website, you just tap on it, fill your profile, and attach your documents. Okay. I think that one is very clear. We can move to the next position. Program officer. This program officer is also based in Lesotho. And some of us, we always say Lesotho, but according to their language, it's Lesotho or Eswazi. So program officer, they're looking for someone with monitoring and evaluation background, because there's a lot of statistics and analysis that's going to take place when you're a program officer. And your contract will be given, they're only looking for one person. It's a fixed term position. Your contract is for 1 year. And pretty much you'll be earning almost the same amount as I mentioned before, because of the job group. African Union, it does not segregate in terms of if you're in a job group P2, all your salaries will just be the same. It's an international standard job group P2, you get the same salary position, the same salary amount. So this one they're looking at if you're in the monitoring and evaluation, you can be in a position to look at in terms of specific responsibilities. So I think this one, if you're an M&D officer, what they need from you as a requirement is you need to have a bachelor's degree in statistics, social sciences, public policy, international development, or other monitoring and evaluation related studies with 5 years of relevant experience in implementing M&D activities on international development project. And at 2 years level, you need to be a supervisor, like managing other people. A master's degree, that will be an added advantage for you. You need to have good knowledge of African system of human rights, as we had said, because you are under the Department of Human Rights and Social Welfare. Relevant experience in working around the children, because we are still talking about the same department. Okay. So all other things around leadership competencies, core competencies, functional competencies, that is still the same. But the only thing that changes for this position is your academic qualifications. Bachelor's degree in statistics, social science, public policy, international development, and M&D related studies. If you have experience, let's say you have a higher diploma in project management or international development or in statistics, and you have 10 years of experience or 7 years of experience in M&D, trust you me, you'll get the position. You'll have an added advantage because you've been hands-on working on the job, and you really know what's supposed to be done. This contract is you'll be given a 1 year contract period, for which the first 3 months will be probation. Then upon satisfaction, you continue with your job. But remember one thing, the 1 year position, as I've said, 99% of the times you're given a 1 year contract and you find yourself you're working there for 5 years. And after 5 years, if you have not gotten other avenues on how to move on, then I think you're also too lazy. within the African Union also, we are looking at the Senior Child's Rights Promotion Officer. You're within the same country, Lesotho. And this is a new department that is being set up. So if you can apply, and remember, Lesotho as a country, it is short of professionals. That's a country within a country. South Africa has so many, there's at least three or four countries within it. So Lesotho is one of them. And you tend to find they employ a lot of people from South Africa and the neighboring countries because of the human personnel. Human capital there is very low. So if you apply and you're very good at showing them you can add value to them, you'll really get the job very easily. So this is a senior child rights promotion officer. That's in Lesotho and still under the same Department of Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development. What they require of you as an academic qualification? They need you to have, because it's a senior position, then this one now they're looking at someone with a master's degree. Right?
In a minute. Feel free to
Human
ask
rights.
questions in between.
Pardon?
Now I'm telling the team to feel free to raise questions to you at whatever point. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So we are looking at the academic qualifications are in master's degree in human rights, social work, child promotion, or any related social science field. And this one, it gives you an added advantage because even if you don't have a master's degree and you have a bachelor's degree, because someone can have a master's degree just out of university and 1 year experience. You have a bachelor's degree with 7 to 10 years experience. You qualify for the position. Go ahead and apply kindly. You need to be in a position also to be able to train people in human rights. You need to have those clear knowledge of African system on human rights. You need to have relevant experience on child issues in Africa. Those are some of the key things. The same way as I've said, if you go to the African Union portal, you'll get all these positions. And Nyawira will post them on his page, so you'll be on her page, and then you'll be in a position to clearly see everything. I'll share all of them. Then I think I would like to also just move further to some of the key ones are like within Kenya. Oxfam, the Oxfam Great Britain is looking for a finance officer. It's looking for a finance officer. The previous positions that I've mentioned, all of them, kindly note that applications are on the 7th. The deadline is on the 7th of November.
Okay.
So by midnight, the East African time, kindly ensure you have submitted all your details. Oxfam Great Britain is looking for a finance officer. This is a very good position based here in Kenya. The closing date for application is on the 11th of November. They're looking for someone who will be in a position to do accounting management, cash flow and bank reconciliation management, management of advances, asset register, floats and loans. Someone will be responsible for cash management, payroll preparation, payment and invoice management. Someone who will be responsible for doing their budgets. Someone who will be responsible for doing the expenditure coding, upload journals. Someone who is responsible also for doing risk management and reporting. what they need from you from academic point of view. They're looking at a university degree with a specialization in finance or accounting. And they're saying accountancy professional qualification is ACCA or CPA-K. ACCA or CPA-K. They're also looking at a minimum of 3 to 5 years proven relevant and progressive work experience. Excellent analytical skills, particularly from point of view of cost-effective financial management. Multitasking and higher efficiency, attention to details. Proven experience of management of suppliers or contracts and financial systems. Ability to plan with good organizational skills, including prioritization and ability to work under pressure. Good knowledge of financial systems.